Hi, welcome to On My Shelf. Today I'm talking about the best books I've read in 2016. I read a whole lot of books over many different genres. This year I've read 155 old books and new releases so far. This is my list of the best among the best. Number 10 is The War That Saved My Life by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. This story follows Jamie and Ada Smith, who run away from their cruel mother in the middle of World War II, when the cities were getting bombed by the Germans. They find a new home, but don't know if they'll be able to stay. They are damaged and wounded and scared, and the story is their coming to grips with what being a family means. It was superbly written, with aching emotion and beautiful language. Number 9 is The Argonauts by Maggie Nelson. This book is a love story. It's a meditation on what it means to be a family, what it means to be male and female. It's a candid look at gender biases, motherhood, parenthood, the daily moments of life, and what it means to be human. Nelson has a very poetic, beautiful style, and though it's a shortish read, it's in no way light material. I enjoyed every bit of it. Number 8 is I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Ian Reid, which is one of the best literary thrillers I've ever read. It was a short read, but it was fantastic. I don't want to give too much away in my summary, so I'll just say that the book is about a woman taking a trip with her boyfriend, considering the entire drive whether or not she should end things with him. The significance of all her conversations and ruminations will come crashing in once you reach the end of the story, and you won't be able to reach it fast enough. Number 7 is Mary Karr's The Liars Club. This is a memoir about Karr's tyrannical grandmother, her mother's nervous condition, the split up of her parents, their getting back together, and on to her father's death when she was a young woman. It is written honestly and poetically, and one of the features I enjoyed most was Karr's willingness to admit that her memory might not be entirely perfect, which is true for all of us. She tells the story as she remembers it. Number 6 is Salman Rushdie's 2 Years, 8 Months, and 28 Nights. It's hard to describe Rushdie's style. He's a masterful storyteller. 2 Years, 8 Months, and 28 Nights tells the story of the jinn, which were like genies in Arabian and Islamic mythology. But the way that Rushdie told this story was like a history of sorts. You had the feeling that you were reading a true account of jinnies who once tried to overtake the world and failed. It was really fantastic. Number 5 is All the Broken Pieces, a young adult novel by Anne E. Berg. This book was about a boy named Matt Penn who comes to live in the States after suffering some of the horrors of the Vietnam War. He carries around scars that he keeps hidden because they're shameful and frightening and too horrible to speak aloud. It's a story full of emotion, beauty, and redemption, and it was written in verse. Number 4 is Doll Bones by Holly Black, one of the creepiest middle grade books I've ever read. Doll Bones follows the story of Zach, Poppy, and Alice, who are the kind of friends who play pretend. But they're all in middle school now and consider themselves a little too old for that. So when Poppy comes to school claiming that the bone china doll in her mother's cabinet is made from the bones of an actual little girl who needs to be buried, Zach and Alice grudgingly go on a quest with her. This is an engaging, entertaining story with a creepy doll. Enough said. And here I have to let you know that these next 3 are pretty much tied in my mind, but for the sake of continuity, I've separated them out and assigned them numbers. Just know that they are equally fantastic. Number 3 was Sophie Choir and the Last Story Guard by Jonathan Auxier, which is the second Peter Nimble adventure from Auxier. It was fantastically entertaining. Sophie is a bookbinder in the city of Busselburg, working at her father's shop, Choir and Choir. She comes upon a mysterious book and sets out on a quest to find the others like it, joined by Peter Nimble, the greatest thief in the history of time, and his sidekick, Sir Toad. It's written with great description, humor, wisdom, and imagination. Number 2 is Killa Man, Searching for James Brown and the American Soul by James McBride, a narrative nonfiction book that examines James Brown's often fabled life. McBride digs down to the truth of the funk legend, and the book is by turns humorous, truthful, smart, and probing. McBride nails the prejudice of the South, the life of musicians, and the realities of poverty, and conducts interviews with people who best knew Brown and can shed the most light on his vices and victories. It was fascinating and lovely. Number 1 is Leigh Bardugo's Six of Crows, and I'll give you a bonus, the sequel, Crooked Kingdom. Both of these young adult books follow 6 renegades in the city of Ketterdam who attempt heists unlike anything the world has ever seen. Everything about these 2 books was fantastic. They had the feel of a teenage Ocean's 11 set in a fictional world. They were smart, complex, and highly entertaining. I hope you enjoyed this list of my top 10 reads for the year. Be sure to visit racheltolson.com to see some of my best book recommendations and to get a free book from my own starter library. If you have any books you recently read that you think I'd enjoy, leave them in the comments and I'll add them to my list. For more on my shelf, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.